Welcome everyone, Spencer here from Finite Cards, and today I will be bringing you my deck profile based around the Mecha Phantom Beasts, some of which are in Judgment of the Light. Also, it's loosely based off of a couple of the Synchros in Judgment of the Light, just added them in to kind of show those off as well. So let's dive right into the deck profile. First of all, I'm running 3 Mecha Phantom Beast Mega Raptor. I think this is pretty much the main Mecha Phantom Beast in the deck for me. It special summons another token when a token is summoned, so you get 2 tokens for the price of 1. Plus, it is also the Searcher, so you can tribute 1 token and get another Mecha Phantom Beast monster from your deck to your hand, so that's pretty useful. Next we have 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Tetherwolf. This card is very good. Considering putting it back at 3, I've been going between 2 and 3, but when it's normal summoned, you special summon a token, and then you can tribute that token to gain 800 attack, so it's pretty much a 2500 beater right when it comes out. Next we have 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Black Falcon. I really like this card because you can, when this card declares an attack, you get to special summon a token, and then as soon as that token is special summoned, you can use its second ability to tribute that token and change your opponent's monster to defense position. So that's a great way to change your opponent's monsters into defense position, and since a lot of monsters have less than 1900 attack, if you do happen to have a Mega Raptor out, that will likely be able to get over it. Next we have Mecha Phantom Beast Colt Wing. When this card is special summoned while you have a Mecha Phantom Beast on the field, you get 2 tokens, so also very useful. Plus you can use its ability to then tribute those tokens, target one card your opponent controls, and destroy that target. And then if you do, banish it, so that can be a good way to get over troublesome high monsters like Ophion or something like that. And then we have Mecha Phantom Beast Harliard. Hasn't been changed in DevPro, but this card is a great way to actually get out Colt Wing and also replace your tokens. If you have Harliard on the field, you can of course tribute a token and then special summon Colt Wing and then get 2 more tokens, or it can combine with say Black Falcon, and you can attack, get a token, use its token to change your opponent's monster to defense position, and then Harliard will replace that token, so it comes in useful quite a bit. Next we have one of the main token engines in the deck, of course, Mecha Phantom Beast Hamstrat. It can be combined with Arrow Recharge or Woboku to protect it while it's flipped face up, and then you get 2 tokens, and then its own effect will be able to save it from there by having the tokens on the field. It's a great first turn set, and just great overall card. Next we have Mecha Phantom Beast Arrows Gun, or Arrows Gwyn, I guess, since it's kind of a penguin. I've been trying out this card. I've been switching the deck around a ton, so I haven't actually drawn this card yet, but I suspect that'll be good. Once per turn, I can banish a Mecha Phantom Beast, and then I get a token on the field. That can just be a great way to get extra tokens for using the Mecha Phantom Beast's second abilities. So that'll work well, I think. Otherwise, I might replace it for a 3rd Tetherwolf, but we'll see. Next, I'm running 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Warbleran. If it's sent to the graveyard for a Synchro Summon of a Machine type, you get a token. Plus, you contribute a token and raise its level by 1, which can come in handy if you want to go for maybe a level 6 or level 8, and which are a little bit harder to get out at some points. Next, we have 3 Effect Veiler. I was originally running a completely machine variant, but I decided to add in Effect Veilers instead of, I believe, Unknown Synchrons I had. Simply because there's so much effects going on nowadays, I really like to be able to discard Effect Veiler and negate their effect, or still have the option to go into a Synchro Summon if I wish. Next I'm running 2 Cyber Valley. This is basically for draw power. I can tribute it and a token and get 2 cards off of that, simple as that. Or if I happen to have Creature Swap in my hand, I can give my opponent a token, get their monster, and tribute both Cyber Valley and their monster, and banish them both and then get 2 cards, so that's also a play that is made semi-frequently. And then finally, 1 Cyber Dragon. I was running 2, but I decided to take 1 out for the Arrows Gwyn, just so I could try it out. I might put it back at 2, of course. But it's really good. You use it with the tokens, I believe, or use it with any of the other Mecha Phantom Beasts and go into Chimera Attack, Fortress Dragon if you need extra attack. Plus, if you don't have a monster on the field, you can special summon it, of course, so that always comes in handy. So that's it for the 20 monsters. Now we got our magics, or yeah, our spell cards, not magic cards. First off, we have Dark Hole. It's just nice to get rid of all my opponent's monsters if need be. So, I don't know. Dark Hole's still out there. Heavy Storm and Monster Reborn aren't out there anymore, so people should still sort of worry about their monsters with Dark Hole still in the game. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, because there's a lot of traps in the game right now, so I figured most of my monsters aren't really affected by traps if I have a token on the field, but it's nice to get rid of cards like Skill Drain or Royal Decree that can really hurt this deck. Next I have 1 Card Trader. I decided to add this in simply because I wanted a little bit more consistency. I wanted to be able to get my Mecha Phantom Beasts if I couldn't get them. It's really nice to have a Mega Raptor out on the field almost all the time. If you have Mega Raptor on the field and you can get some tokens on the field, then it's really easy just to search out the rest of the Mecha Phantom Beasts and get the deck going. So that's why I added in Card Trader, just to add a little bit more consistency. Next, 1 Limiter Removal. This is for your big push. If you happen to have a few Mecha Phantom Beasts on the field, and you need to get over some monsters, or if you just want to go for game and your opponent doesn't look like they have any defense, then you might as well try Limiter Removal. And on the bright side, if your Mecha Phantom Beasts are on the field and you have a token, only the token will be destroyed, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Next we have 2 Scapegoat. Scapegoats are really good, of course. I didn't want to put it at 3. I didn't want to put it at 1, so I put it at 2, of course. And it's really nice just to be able to use the Scapegoat tokens with the Mecha Phantom Beasts abilities, since you contribute any type of token and get their abilities off just the same. So that's very useful. Plus, it's an easy way to go into a Formula Synchron and get an extra card. Then, of course, for the final 2 spells, we have 2 Creature Swaps. This is really nice to Creature Swap your tokens with your opponent's monsters, and then either tribute them or use your opponent's monsters against them. This card, opposed to Enemy Controller, you do get to keep their monster, so it's not too big of a deal if you don't use it for like a Synchro Summon or Xyz play. That is the reason why I wanted Creature Swap over Enemy Controller. I decided eventually, I know Enemy Controller can put their monsters in defense position, but I decided I'd rather have the Creature Swap, and I almost always have a token on the field to give them, so unless they have a bunch of like semi-powerful monsters, this card is really good. So that winds up the 10 magic cards, or spell cards. Next we have traps. I am running 3 Aerial Recharge. Card's really good combined with any of the Mecha Phantom Beasts, especially with Mega Raptor. If you have a Mega Raptor on the field, you can activate an Aerial Recharge, and you get 2 tokens for the price of 1, of course. And that will help protect your Mecha Phantom Beasts and keep tokens out for their abilities. So it's really helpful that way. And then 2 Waboku. I use this mostly towards the beginning of the duel, just to protect tokens and protect my ham strat so it can get 2 tokens out without having to be destroyed. And that usually works out for me. Next, 2 Mirror Force to stop my opponent's big plays. I like Mirror Force over most other traps simply because it does have the possibility of destroying multiple monsters, so I decided Mirror Force as opposed to maybe Compulse or Bottomless. Next, I have 2 Fiendish Chain. This kind of goes along with effect failures. If I were to... This stops my opponent from attacking, of course, as well. And I just really like the monster effect negation at this point in the game. But this card is a card that I could easily side out for other things as well if I'm facing a deck that is not so effect heavy, or if I am facing a deck that uses more effects from the hand engrave, I can switch it out for cards like Debunk to more effectively stop my opponent's plays. And then I'm running one Malevolent Catastrophe. Again, it's a very heavy trap format, I guess. So decided, why not? As long as I don't have my traps on the field, or like Card Trader or something of the sort, this card works really well. Sometimes I'm willing to sacrifice maybe one trap in order to destroy like 3 or 4 back row. But unless it's something important like Skill Drain or something like that, that like semi-decimates my deck, I don't like to activate it while I have other magic and trap cards on the field. That's it for the main deck. That was 10 traps there. And now the extra deck. Now we're on to the extra deck. First we have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. This card, of course, for the 1 Cyber Dragon, can be used with any of my machine-type monsters or my opponent's machine-type monsters, and it gets 1,000 attack for each one, so that can be really useful at times. Next we have the Synchros. I'm running 1 Formula Synchron, just for a little extra draw power. 1 Belmung, or Underworld Fighter Belmung. This card's actually really great, a really great synchro from Judgment of the Light. It allows me to get almost all of my main deck monsters when it's destroyed by a card effect. It can also be combined with Scrap Dragon, and you can tribute it and get back any Mecha Phantom Beast or maybe an Effect Veiler or something like that back to your hand. Or actually, it special summons to the field, my bad. And that can be really useful. If you do get an Effect Veiler back, of course, you can Synchro Summon with your Scrap Dragon and maybe a couple tokens or something of the sort. Or use the Effect Veiler a different turn for a Scrap Dragon effect. Next we have Armades, Keeper of Illusions, another great Judgment of the Light Synchro monster. It gets over cards like Shrink, Forbidden Lands, Kalut, the Moon Shadow, Honest, anything like that. No traps can affect this as long as it enters the battle phase. So that's really useful to have. For 6, I have Sirius the Blue Wolf Star. It's an OCG only card as of yet, but it's really good, and you can target one of your opponent's monsters and it loses 2,400 attack when it is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, so that comes in handy. For 7s, I'm running Mecha Phantom Beast Conqueruda. Protects all of your tokens from destruction by card effect or by battle, so that's really nice. And you can tribute tokens and get a Mecha Phantom Beast when it's destroyed. I did decide to run a Karakuri Shogun Model 00 Beret, simply to have more machine-type monsters for Warbler to special summon a token. And plus, of course, it's nice to switch your opponent's monsters' battle positions. Scrap Dragon is next, and Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend, both level 8s, both very powerful. Scrap Dragon is pretty obvious, it can destroy cards, and Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend can destroy all my opponent's attack position monsters, so, well, all other attack position monsters, plus it can still attack, so that's pretty powerful card. I am waiting for this card to come out in the TCG. Star Eater is the last card, very easy to get out with any of our level 1 Synchro tuner monsters, level 4 Mecha Phantom Beast and 1 token. Since the Mecha Phantom Beast will be level 7, level 3 token, plus 1 for the tuner, an easy Star Eater is quite possible in this deck. For Xyz, I have Lightning Chidori. Great card to get rid of problematic cards on the field. Of course, next is Giragon X, just to get an extra Mecha Phantom Beast, probably a Mega Raptor if I don't have a Mega Raptor in hand yet, and I have 2 other Mecha Phantom Beasts, and I can go for this card. Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac. I of course put this card in the deck because it's the boss monster of the deck, and it's very good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You get to tribute a token and destroy 1 card on the field. Very powerful. Next, number 74, Master of Blades. Also a very powerful card. It negates effects that would target this card and destroys that card and 1 other card on the field, so that can be very useful to get over cards like Compulse or Bottomless or, I don't know, does Dimensional Prison target? I think it might. So it might get over that. I can't quite remember on that. And finally, Sky Palace Gangradai. Great rank 10 Xyz. You get to target one card, destroy it, and deal 1,000 life or 1,000 damage of life points to your opponent. So that is also very useful. I'll quickly run through the side deck. There are just cards that I originally was running at some point, and I have a reason for all of them, of course, and I might switch them back in, but we'll just go over them quick. Machina Armored Unit I use to get out other Mecha Phantom Beasts quickly, so that's pretty useful. Jinzo. Jinzo would just kind of be a side deck card normally. If I'm facing a heavy trap deck, I might switch out some of my traps, put in a Jinzo, or two, maybe. Mecha Phantom Beast Blue Impala. This card was mainly used in my deck to get out Conquerbuta, but I figured I don't really need it, and it's effective special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token by banishing it. If I don't have a monster on the field isn't that useful, I'd rather just special summon a Cyber Dragon or something like that. I was running a Plant Engine, but then I went to a complete machine type deck and went with Solidarity, but then I changed that up for effect failures just because effects were so brutal. Night Beam is another possibility instead of Mystical Space Typhoon. Scramble allows me to tribute tokens and get Mecha Phantom Beasts in the field. I am still thinking about using this, but I'm not sure. Pinpoint Guard is just another card, kind of like, I don't know, Scapegoat or Wabuku. It kind of brings a monster on the field and protects it for a turn, just so you have a defense. Debunk, of course, would be switched out for Fiendish Chain if need be. I was running a second Malevolent Catastrophe at some point, but I decided to go to one simply because I do run at least 10 traps. So, Dark Bribe, another possibility, but I decided to go with 3 Mystical Space Typhoon and a Malevolent Catastrophe, but of course, this could always change. And then Breakthrough Skill, another potential effect negating card. So that's my deck for the Mecha Phantom Beast. Tell me what you think. Leave any comments on the deck or what you think I might do differently to make this deck better. And I will see you for a duel with this deck. Bye, guys.